heading from Los Angeles to Seattle. Sarah Williams, a young travel vlogger focused on true crime stories, sat in her sleeper car. Her YouTube channel, The Rails of the Unseen, specialized in unsolved incidents that occurred on trains. Sarah turned on her small camera, whispering, "Tonight, we're investigating the vanishing bride of 1985. It happened right here, on this very train." She walked down the dimly lit corridor, the train's slow rhythm and the outside darkness creating an eerie atmosphere. She reached the empty coach where the bride, Elizabeth, was last seen. Scene 2, the stranger's testimony. Sarah stood in the middle of the coach, narrating the incident. Elizabeth was in her wedding dress, heading on her honeymoon. In the morning, her husband woke up, and Elizabeth was gone. The door was locked from the inside. Jumping from the window was impossible. Suddenly, an elderly man was visible sitting in the corner seat. He was so still that Sarah hadn't noticed him earlier. Sarah nervously turned off the camera. "I'm so sorry I didn't see you there." The old man spoke in a slow, melancholic voice. "You're looking into the vanishing bride?" Sarah was startled. "Yes." "How did you know?" "I know, because I saw her for the last time." Scene 3. She didn't vanish. The elderly man, Mr. Thompson, revealed he was a waiter on that train back in 1985. He motioned for Sarah to sit down. Mr. Thompson explained that Elizabeth wasn't happy with her husband. It wasn't love. It was an arrangement. In the middle of the night, when the train stopped at a deserted station, she woke me up. Sarah quickly turned on her recorder. "Mr. Thompson." "She gave me a note and some cash. She said, 'This note is for my husband. Give it to him in the morning.' I asked her where she was going. She just smiled and said, 'Somewhere no one will look for me.'" Mr. Thompson handed over the note, and Elizabeth walked off into the darkness, illuminated only by the station's single yellow light. The note read, "I haven't vanished. I've become free. Sarah." The police said the door was locked from the inside. "How did she get out?" "Mr. Thompson." "There was an old service exit in the porter's compartment where I slept. She knew I would open the door. I never told anyone because the police were suspecting her husband, and I didn't want her to be brought back. She was so sad." Scene 4, the twist and the hook. Sarah whispered into the camera. "The case was unsolved because it was never a crime. It was a story of liberation. The vanishing bride started her own new life here on a desolate night on this train." She turned back to Mr. Thompson. "Sir, do you know where she went? Do you still have that note?" Mr. Thompson smiled faintly. The train's headlights sliced through the night. He spoke slowly. "The note?" "Yes, I have it." "And where did she go?" The train suddenly blares its horn, cutting off Mr. Thompson's sentence. On-screen text appears. To see the full story and Mr. Thompson's secret note, subscribe for next Friday's upload. Story Part 2, The Secret Note and the New Station. Scene 5, the note's secret. Mr. Thompson pulled an envelope from the pocket of his old, worn waiter's jacket. "Mr. Thompson, the note. I never gave it to her husband. I felt she deserved to be free." He handed the envelope to Sarah. Sarah opened it carefully, a dramatic touch for the YouTube video. The note, in elegant handwriting, read, "Dear John, I am sorry. This is not love. This is not my life. I am going to the place I always wanted to be. This is not running away. This is arriving. Elizabeth, P.S. I love an old art gallery in San Luis Obispo. If you ever visit, look for my artwork there." Sarah's eyes widened. San Luis Obispo, Cello. That was the next stop on the journey. This wasn't the end of the story, but a new clue. Sarah, whispering into the camera, "A 40-year mystery solved with a P.S. Elizabeth didn't vanish. She became an artist in San Luis Obispo." Scene 6, the stop and the farewell. The train began to slow down. The speaker announced, "Next station, San Luis Obispo, California." Mr. Thompson stood up. "This is my stop. I must go now." "Sarah, where are you going?" Mr. Thompson smiled. "I live where she lives now. I just had to make sure her story got into the right hands." He bid Sarah farewell and stepped off the train. He turned back, gave Sarah a long, profound look, and then disappeared into the crowd. Scene 7, the gallery hunt. Sarah disembarked at the SLO station. She only had an hour before the train continued. She quickly grabbed an Uber and rushed towards a small, inconspicuous art gallery near the old Mission Plaza. Sarah, walking and filming. The gallery is called the Coastal Canvas. It's been here since the 1980s. If Elizabeth is here, she entered. The gallery was small, with many paintings on the walls. Sarah quickly scanned every piece of art. In one corner, a painting stopped Sarah in her tracks. It was a scene of an old Amtrak train passing a yellow-lit station in the dead of night. The signature in the lower corner was E. Williams, Elizabeth Williams. She had dropped her married name. Scene 8, the ending cliffhanger. Sarah zoomed in on the painting. Sarah, emotionally. Guys, we found her. Elizabeth left the marriage, shed her identity, and became an artist. In this painting, she captured the very moment of her freedom. Suddenly, a woman emerges from the back room of the gallery. She looks to be in her 60s. Her hair is white, but her eyes are the same as in that old black and white photo. Elizabeth. Elizabeth walks up to Sarah, looks at the painting, and slowly says, "This is my favorite painting. Are you trying to run away from something too?" Sarah's jaw drops. She holds the camera and can only whisper, "Elizabeth." On-screen text appears. "We met Elizabeth." Will Sarah talk to her? Was Mr. Thompson just a waiter? In the next episode, we sit down with the vanishing bride and solve the entire 40-year mystery. See you soon. Subscribe. Would you like me to write the final part, part 3, of the story?